YouTube, there is no firearms in this video.
Welcome back to the Low Care Gunner YouTube channel. In this episode, I want to test the Umarex MarkPoint pistol. I want to test the weight, the trigger weight, and the velocity. This .177 break barrel pellet pistol has been sent to us by Airgun Source for a review. Basically, it is way lighter than I had expected and it feels better also, so I want to test the weight first. After that, we are going to go for trigger weight. It has a pretty heavy trigger, but it feels better than I thought it would according to others' comment. And to finish with, we are going to test velocity. They claim 295 FPS with alloy pellets on the box, so I will mainly test it with lead because this is what I use. I don't really like alloy pellets because they tend to fit tighter and not really shoot faster. But yeah, this is enough rambling. Let's step right into it. Like I said, we are going to start by weighting the pistol with my dollar store fish scale. This pistol is a fair bit lighter than the Benjamin Trail that I had. 179. Just for fun, let's compare with the Beeman P17, which is a very popular pellet pistol. 174, so about the same weight as the Beeman P17. Overall, the Umarex MarkPoint is pretty balanced. I was expecting it to be a bit front heavy with the longer barrel, but it is really not. Also, the longer barrel gives you more grip to cock it, so that's kind of a positive point. Now let's move to the trigger testing. I will be using this basic Wheeler trigger scale. It maxes out at 8 pounds, so hopefully it is under that. By the way, this pistol has an anti-bear trap safety, but I recommend that you hold it like that just to make sure that nothing happens to your finger. Also, you never want to dry fire a spring piston pellet gun. By the way, the grip safety does have something to do with the ratcheting noise because I did feel it. There is also a manual safety, red for fire. Now let's take a closer look at the trigger pull. Basically, there is a tiny bit of slop at the beginning, but nothing bad. Then you pull up to a wall that feels a bit spongy still, and then it pulls right through. It is very far from a match grade trigger, but honestly I think it is manageable. It is pretty heavy, but honestly for something cheap like that, I think that's about what you get. To be fair, even in single stage, the Vigilante ain't much better, so yeah. Now let's try to get some actual data with the Wheeler trigger scale. Sadly, it seems like we are going to max it out at 8 pounds. It doesn't seem to be much over that, but it is, okay? I would guess that it is under 9 pounds, but that's about what I can tell. I wanted to lube the visible friction spots on the trigger to see if that will make it go under 8 pounds. You really can't see much of the trigger mechanism on this pistol, so I'm not sure that will really help. We will see together, even though I know already because I'm making a voiceover. But yeah, lube every wearing points before they wear. That can always be good, even though if it doesn't help the trick. I'm spoiling the video. I will stop talking, I believe so. Will it work? Will it not? He kind of already told you that, but yeah, we'll see. I hope you guys enjoyed the voiceover because this is a lot of work and I don't always know what to say. So yeah, I do want to say a huge thank you to everyone who support the channel because it takes a lot of time, a lot of motivation, and it doesn't pay a lot to say the least. So yeah, any like, comment, and appreciativeness is appreciated. I try to be as helpful as I can be. I try to put as much love in my videos as I can, and I hope it shows. So if you did not get that part already, lubing the trigger did not help get it under 8 pounds. Now let's move to the velocity test. I will start with Crossman Dome 7 grain. Un gros merci à Robert pour le chronographe. Rejoins la chaîne Airgun Québec si tu comprends ça. By the way, this is a AC 5000 chronograph, I believe. I don't really know. I did not buy it. I just said that Robert gifted it. This one feels very loose. Okay. So let's see what it does. Pellet fitment plays a huge part in velocity, especially in slower air guns like this model. So let's see what it does. Like I said, faster. Let's do 5. 323 on the last one. Those pellets are pretty inconsistent. I'm not sure if this is really the pistol's fault. I wanted to try those because they are lighter pellets and I don't really care about wasting them. Up next will be the Crossman pointed 7.4 grains. Those are a bit heavier, but I had better results with those in my slower air guns anyway, so let's see what they do. They seem to have a looser fit yet, which is interesting. .340 for this one. They do go further in the breech. .339, very consistent yet. 342, I like that. 349, a bit faster on this one. Keep in mind that this is no break-in, straight out of the box, so that's not bad at all. And I really like the locking and the breech, and yet I like it. Other than the heavy trigger and stuff, not a bad pistol. And 348 for the last one. I believe that they claim 300 FPS with lead. We got 348 with 7.4 grain regular lead pellets, so that's not too shabby. We are still not quite at the alloy claimed velocity, but that's alloy numbers, so we don't really care about that. I might try some alloys later if I want to try to jam it, but I don't really like alloy pellets. Next will be RWS Hobby 7 grain pellets. RWS is kind of Umarex brand of pellet, so those should perform decent in those airguns. They are also higher quality than most Crossmans, at least, you know. Let's show them. You can't see them. That's the hobbies. Okay, so this is a budget pellet for RWS. And they still look pretty good. They won't perform in every rifles, especially detuned Crossmans, because they are pretty tight, but pretty good pellets. Stop rambling. The skirt fit is way different, so hopefully it doesn't make us lose velocity. 310. 300. 307.7. 322. This one was a bit of a looser fit. 308. Now for a fun experiment, I'm going to use this pellet seeder that came with my Marksman 1010 years ago to seed them and see if this affects velocity. .298, 302, 289, 295. Okay. Alright, so this was interesting. Pellet seating might be something that we test with this pellet pistol for accuracy. We did get a bit of a slower velocity, but it seemed to be more consistent. Was it? As you might have noticed, it is not because your pellet is lighter that it will go faster. We had faster results with 7.4 grain pellets yet than with 7 grain pellets. So next I will try JSB RS 7.33 grains. Those are soft lead and not too heavy, so probably a good option for a pistol like that. 343. They do chamber the best yet. 342, 339, 341, 339. This is why JSB pellets are one of the best pellets you can get, and they are available at airgun source, by the way. So as I thought, it really liked the soft lead from the JSB and the good fit in the breech. We got very consistent numbers, maybe 3 of spread from what I can see. Something like it, maybe 5, I don't know, put that in the screen. To finish with, I want to try those real quick just to see if it will jam or actually go faster. Those are 6.64 grain lead-free alloy pellets. Those are my only lead-free that are not penetrators that I want to keep for future tests. So let's try those. Those are very shiny and very hard pellets. How will that fit in the breech? Not too shabby. The fit looks pretty decent yet, so that looks good. 239. 249, and this is exactly why I don't like lead-free pellets. They are good for slower guns, but they're bad in slower guns. Hehe. Alright, so the JSBs are the ones that fits the best. They do get shaved a little bit in there, but that's no big deal. The soft lead is an advantage to that. $335, 325, 334. So we might have lost a little bit of velocity trying to make this alloy test. We might also need to clean the barrel, which I will do most likely in the next episode because I already have a lot of footage to edit for this one. So let's make an outro. Alright, so let's conclude this video with the Umarex MarkPoint. First, I believe that the weight that was on the Airgun Source website was right on the money. Yes. Because it is right around 1 pound and 79. Honestly, it feels pretty good and is pretty balanced. It is just the air heavier than a Beeman P17. After that, we tested the trigger pull and trigger weight. It was a bit too heavy for my Wheeler scale that stops at 8 pounds, so it is a bit more than 8 pounds. But it doesn't feel too bad, to be honest. I will not compare this to the super nice Beeman P17 trigger, but this one also maxes out my gauge, and I believe that it is worse, and it feels worse at least. So this happens a lot with cheaper pistols. To finish with, I did not get 395 FPS with the alloy pellets because they actually shot slower, but we did get around 340 FPS with 7.4 grain pellets. I tried 2 of similar weights and it seemed to be around that. I cannot really recommend pellets for now, so stay tuned for the accuracy videos and stuff, but I don't recommend that you use alloy pellets if you don't have a chronograph, and test that first because you can damage your gun while shooting those. Slower and more restriction, it's not good. Your shield is not liking that, and it did seem to hurt it a little bit by shooting 2. That might be because of a barrel cleaning and stuff. We might try that in the next video. That's a lot of editing, okay? Leave a like for my editing and stuff. Anyways, that will be about it for today. Thanks again to Airgun Source for sending this pistol to review. Thanks to you for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment for more, and I will see y'all in the next one.